One day, him and I are sitting in the loft, and Wagon Shoots is asleep up there with us. And Dave is just, you know, kind of picking his nose and doing this, throwing it under the loft. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? You're picking your fucking nose. That's disgusting.
I maybe relieved my nose of one booger and dropped it off the loft because, you know, I didn't want to put it up in where people slept.
Next thing I know, I get the Wagon Shoots. He's like the Moby Dick, you know. He's got the eye. Like all of a sudden, Wagon Shoots like, and he looks up. Now Wagon Shoots is interested, and Wagon Shoots goes, "Hause, what are you doing?" Hause is like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "He's picking his fucking nose and throwing it under the loft."
It wasn't like I was picking my nose and throwing it in the loft. I mean, into the equipment area. It's not true. Well, Darren...
I was.
Darren, the shit talker that he is, tells Wagon Shoots, or needles him, hey, look what Hause is doing. Because he loved to watch, he loved to just get Wagon Shoots riled up and, you know, turn the crank on his back and let him go.
So Wagon Shoots, now he's awake. And he's like, so, see, you're picking your fucking nose and putting it on the loft where I got to climb every fucking night to get my drums. You think that's fucking funny? And Hause is like, no, I got snot. I'm just picking my nose, man.
And I probably was like this, dropping it underneath the loft, which is disgusting. And I'm a little embarrassed to even say the story. Wagon Shoots, of course, the abusive father that he was. Are you dropping a booger down in underneath the loft where I do my daily business? I was like, what daily business do you do underneath the loft? I unload that truck every day. I pull out my drums.
Of course, surprise, surprise, Wagon Shoots goes absolutely apeshit on Hause, which I found very amusing. Pretty much, Wagon Shoots used to go off a lot in those days, and as long as you weren't the person that were on the receiving end of that, it was always great to watch.
But he really gave me hell, and I just kind of laughed because I thought it was funny because I knew what Darren was doing, but I wasn't really throwing a lot of boogers down there or anything. It's these stories, they just blow up into these wild tales.
Just one.
I think he went off on Hause.
That's my specialty.
Wait, was that when I remember once I was driving the van and Hause was sitting shotgun, and I don't know if this was the same time or if this was just for a joke, but you climbed down on Hause, I think completely nude. Or pulled.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
Was that for putting boogers under the...
It may have just been for kicks. Just woke up with a 3-hour pee boner and needed someone to share.